Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
I have a bit of a cough today.
Sure.
I'll be fine. Don't worry.
Okay, I'll try not to. I'm going to be just very bogged down by anxiety this entire time.
I'm sorry. Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
My name is David Bell.
And I'm not. My name is Tom Ryman.
And we just watched Bernard and the Genie. Or Bernard.
Bernard and the Genie.
Bernard, whatever. Whatever, England.
The real skill, of course, is in the landing. And I think I need a little more practice.
Alan Cumming, Lenny Henry, and Rowan Atkinson star in Bernard and the Genie, Monday at 8 on 1.
I want to get this out. They're better at a lot of things than us. I think the coronavirus is, you can't brag about being an American.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in this case, they're better at, they have better numbers. What is it? The metric system.
Yeah.
We don't have that. They have cooler accents. But it's Bernard is what I'm getting at here.
Mm-hmm.
It's BERNARD.
Yeah, knock it off.
Knock it off. On this one thing. It's just this one thing. It's Bernard, guys.
Yeah. I don't know what you're trying to prove here.
Yeah. The moment because I watched this on YouTube.
Yes.
Did you also?
It's like a BBC. It's the only way it's available.
And it's like someone recorded it off the BBC.
Mm-hmm. It was a made-for-BBC movie from 1991, I believe.
Yeah, it is. I don't think anybody's seen this movie. We should thank who made us watch this movie. Let me look. It's Andrew Maguire. That's who to blame. Andrew Maguire, thank you for allowing us to watch this movie that is available to anybody on YouTube. Thank
you for making me aware this film exists.
Yeah, it stars Alan Cumming. It has Mr. Bean in it. Oh man, I feel bad for not knowing the genie's name. Let me look him up.
Lenny Henry.
Lenny Henry. I do know that he provided the voice of the shrunken head on the bus scene in Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
He's a comedian. This is also from a writer, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guess what the writer's most recent film was?
No.
Yesterday.
Okay.
Because it's the writer of 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Notting Hill, Bridget Jones' Diary, Love Actually, War Horse, and Yesterday.
What the hell is going on?
Uh-huh. So that's interesting.
How dare this movie?
Yeah. It's is this a holiday movie, I assume?
It must be, yes. It leans really heavily into the Christmas stuff.
Yeah. It's about a man named Bernard who gets fired by Mr. Bean because he wants to steal?
No.
What's his game there at the beginning?
He successfully sold these paintings.
Got it.
That were owned by these little old ladies, and he turned them around for £50 million, and he suggests to Rowan Atkinson, he's like, I told the ladies that they would get the money when I sold them, so he suggested they give them half of the £50 million, and Mr. Bean fires him
because he wants all of the £50 million.
Correct.
Okay, I think half is steep too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but
that's why I was confused, because I was like, it sounds like he's scamming those old women. And then Mr. Bean fires them, and I get it now where it's like he fired him for not scamming them more. Yes. But half, I mean, yes, their lives are changed. But like selling art at commission couldn't possibly be half. That's a lot. Tom.
It is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 50% commission is insane.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess it just felt like I mean it's a comedy. This is a comedy.
Yes.
And how did you like this, by the way? Did we get through that?
No, we haven't. We have not touched on that at all.
How did you like Bernard and the Genie?
It's fine in the way that oddball British comedies tend to be. Mm-hmm. But it's also extremely dated.
Yes. It's I liked some of the humor. I generally like British humor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it ages better than American humor. It tends to.
Right, because a lot of it's based on like wordplay and shit like that.
Yeah. And like when they do address like stuff like do jokes about race, they don't tend to be like was there only one joke about race? Where
I think it was just the one where he's listening to Barry White.
And he goes, "What color is this guy?" He goes, "Black." And he's like, "Yep, I knew it," or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, he's loving it. Yeah. So I don't know. It tends to age better. It's a batshit film.
It is. The movie is totally insane.
I'm not sure why this movie exists.
I don't know. It's like he discovers this genie, and they go on a series of very minor adventures that
there is no conflict.
There really isn't.
He discovers a genie. They spend roughly an hour, more like 40 minutes of the film, doing just genie stuff, like going to the movies. They have two scenes where they just go to the movies.
Right. He goes to see Terminator 2 and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah. And then they do good things. He gets revenge on his enemies. He learns nothing.
He sure does.
Yeah. He learns nothing. And then the movie ends.
And then that's the end of the movie.
Whenever they kind of start promising conflict, because I remember thinking, like, they show Mr. Bean is clearly going to be the bad guy. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what is he going to do? The other guy has a genie. You know, you have to figure out how to not have a genie. So you either Aladdin it, you make the villain get the genie. Mm-hmm. This has so little conflict that there's no limit on the genie's wishes.
Right.
In like the first like minute, he wishes like 5 wishes.
Yeah.
The only rule is you can't make people feel emotions. Mm-hmm. That's it. Unlike Aladdin, he can bring people back from the dead.
Yeah, he can rewind time.
Yeah, it doesn't. He's a god.
Yeah, nothing in this movie matters.
Nothing.
There are no stakes. There's no conflict.
None. When they do a thing where they set up what I thought was a conflict, which is that they wishmaster him a little bit. He wishes for the Mona Lisa. Mm-hmm. They deliver the Mona Lisa, and then it's revealed the Mona Lisa was stolen, and that's how he did it.
Right. He just teleported it from the Louvre to his house.
Yep. The police come
and then he kills a guy.
And then he kills a man, and then the cops are really casual about the whole thing.
They are.
He kills a cop. Mm-hmm. The cops don't react to that. Mm-hmm. In a very like British comedy scene, they just politely question him over stealing of the Mona Lisa, and then they just casually take it off the wall. Yeah, like it isn't like a priceless artifact. And they go in the elevator.
He didn't just kill a man with a sword.
Yeah, and they just like politely take him in for being a cop killer and who stole the Mona Lisa. And the genie is at the movies, and that's why there's conflict.
Right.
And then they find the genie, arrest him, and then he says, "I wish this didn't happen." And then it doesn't happen, and the movie continues.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it. That's the conflict, and it's maybe halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
And it resolves in 15 minutes.
Instantly, just about.
Yeah. And then they go out robbing and giving gifts for Jesus. Mm-hmm. That was weird.
That was, yeah. There's a weird diversion toward the end of the movie where the genie starts talking about how he was friends with Jesus. It's just they lean really into it, and it's out of nowhere, and it's very strange.
What made me think, is this a Christmas film?
It is, yeah. It's Christmas time.
Yeah, so I mean, is this like a Christmas special on the BBC?
I assume so.
So they're like, we got to do some Christmas stuff because they wrote a movie about a genie, and they're like, wait, this isn't a Christmas film. Let's make it like Christmassy, and then they like hastily rewrote it.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like now that we're talking about it, like it really can't be stressed enough that like there is no conflict in this movie.
None at all.
They
Also,
spend most of the movie hanging out in his apartment.
I don't think the characters are particularly likable. Again, I think it's funny, but like Alan Cumming, I still think screwed over that lady. The genie gets cursed because he throws a knife into a girl's throat.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Like, gets turned into a genie. He apparently murdered a girl.
Weird punishment.
Weird.
Gotta be honest.
It is a very weird punishment for throwing a knife into a girl's throat. He was doing a knife throwing act, I guess.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, he was like, it was my first time doing knife throwing with or whatever.
When they're, I don't want to forget this, Tom. When they're doing the gifts for kids, one of the kids wishes for a Ninja Turtle,
and it's the fucking Ninja Turtle from the movie,
played by David Foreman, who is the guy who played Leonardo in the Ninja Turtles movie.
Hey, neat.
Yeah. It was his last performance as Leonardo because they replaced him for Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
It was the real costume though. That was a legitimate surprise.
It's a legitimate cameo.
Yeah,
that is a Ninja
fucking
Turtle.
Leonardo. Okay.
Yeah. That was the only cameo I recognized. He wishes to be like some like singer.
Bob Geldof.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's, I think, a product of its time. Maybe if I watched this in the 90s, I'd be like, oh.
And also, it's a product of being British.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's got 2 layers on it of obscurity for me.
Yeah.
Which is like, this is a guy who is apparently British and famous in the 90s, and it didn't stick.
Oh, Bob Geldof is still very famous. It's just, you kind of have to be English.
Okay. I also don't know musicians in general, so that's a 3rd layer. Like, you seem to know who this guy is.
Yeah, no, I know who he is.
Yeah, I didn't know who that guy was.
He started Live Aid. He was I can't remember the name of his band, but he's a big like songwriter and producer and stuff.
His wish is to look like him.
Yeah.
And like, no offense to him, he's not a bad looking guy, but he's not like a supermodel.
Well, because he says like you should look a little more scruffy, because women like that. And then Alan Cumming is like, what, you mean like Bob Geldof? And so he turns him into Bob Geldof for like 30 seconds. It's a bizarre cameo.
Yeah, this is filled with weird cameos. I mean, that Ninja Turtle.
The Ninja Turtle floored me.
Yeah,
because like Bob Geldof, I was like, whatever, it's British, it's 1991, but the fucking Ninja Turtle. Leonardo.
That was wild. Leonardo fucking shows up in this movie. Does a few kicks.
He does, yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking fantastic. His last name.
Wait. There's one wish that happens at the Santa meeting that we have to discuss.
What?
When the baby explodes in the stroller?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that happening?
What was that? What happened there?
I don't know.
So, did she wish that her baby would explode?
I guess.
Did the baby wish that it was dead?
Yeah, the baby's like, unmake me. I don't know. I think like the
that's why they cry all the time.
I think the sibling like wished they didn't have a little brother
so they
or whatever.
So the baby
pushing the stroller away, and you see it's like like it's a live baby. It's not like a baby doll. And then it cuts to like a scene from behind, and the stroller just explodes.
Yep.
And they just go on. Like the movie continues.
It's very chaotic neutral. They do not like, again, Alan Cumming later, he doesn't learn any lessons, and you think there's going to be lessons here because he does the thing where he's like,
he almost gets worse.
Yeah,
because like in the beginning, like after he gets fired, he tries to call his girlfriend and then his best friend, and it turns out that they're boning, and they have been for a while, and they're in love or
and
whatever.
They're like sociopaths.
They are.
About it.
They're legit.
She tells him how
about it.
great he is in bed. Like,
yeah. It's the movie
they're
really.
they're
shoving
shitting right on his face.
Just shoving it in our faces that he's having the worst Christmas.
Yeah. I do like he says the friend says it's a dog stabs dog in the back and then dog eat dog world. Mm-hmm. I thought that was a fun line.
Yeah. And then he explains to the genie, like, he tells the genie what's happened, and he's like, "Oh, so do you want me to like kill them or something?" And he's like, "Oh, no, that's not really how we do things." Like, he's like letting it go. But then like later in the movie, he has them get arrested for like 100 pounds of weed.
Yeah. I love the line where the girlfriend's handcuffed and she goes,
yeah.
"Well, if it was all there, why didn't he give me any of it?" As her like defense.
Yeah.
That was a great line.
So like he at the beginning of the movie he was gonna let it go, and then after he's gone on this journey with his wacky genie friend, at the end he decides to send his friend to prison.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be the growth moment. That's what's weird, is that this is when they're like, they have a talk about Jesus because the genie knew Jesus, and
that
that's
is
cute.
hands down the weirdest moment of the movie.
Yeah, where he's like, "Oh, I knew Jesus."
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was cute because this is also. Here's a weird thing about this movie. It's not a genie movie as much as it is a time traveler movie. The genie stuff, he's like, again, he has no limit on wishes, so he's just magical. But they'd spend a lot of time with the genie, who, unlike the genie from Aladdin, which is, the benchmark. That's what we're going to compare this to. He doesn't understand anything about modern day. The genie in Aladdin is timeless, apparently.
Right. He's aware of future pop culture.
Yeah. Well, he's like only aware of future pop culture, specifically 90s pop culture. But
Yeah.
What can you do? But like what this one is, he has to learn about it. So a lot of the movie is that, and then they spend a lot of fun with like when he learns his whole family's dead. And I love the conversation where he was like, "How's Caesar doing?"
Oh yeah.
And he learns his whole family's dead, and then he bites into a Big Mac and is like, "Oh, never mind."
Yeah, he's like instantly just overjoyed by the Big Mac.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like exploring him as a character as a out of time. So like I thought it was cute, the idea of like, "Oh, I knew Jesus," and like, "Oh, that's another time gag," but then it gets into like what his message was.
Yeah,
and that's where it got really weird to me. Because they're like, he doesn't like commercialism. We should go out and do wishes Jesus style. And then one of those wishes is, I wish you plant drugs under my friend ex-girlfriend's bed
and blow
and
up
he's like,
this infant.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yep, style, Jesus style.
That's the
planting drugs.
Style of Big J." He calls it. Big J.
Big J.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's I mean, did we mention that this is only an hour long?
No. Yeah, this movie is like 67 minutes long.
It's really the thing I'm like most curious about is why? Why this? Why was this the story that they went from?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Why is this a Christmas movie?
Right. What? And like nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing happens. The most dramatic thing is, I don't know, Mr. Bean's goatee.
That
it's something.
That's some king shit. That was a real power move.
It was.
Just this.
Also,
he has this intense chin beard.
Yeah, he really does. It's a bold move. Mm-hmm. There's so many. His last name's Buttle. Right?
Yes, Bottle.
Okay, not Buttle like in fucking Brazil.
No.
Bernard Bottle or Bernard Bottle. It's fucked up.
Yeah, this is, how dare you?
The music narrating his life. Did you notice that?
I did. Yeah, it's the reprisal of Mr. Success.
Yeah,
is really funny because it's like it's saying he's going to prison and he's gonna go meet Mr. Electric Chair.
Yeah. Their humor, man. There's this like weird combination of weirdness where like I can't tell when they know they're being funny. And that's British humor, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
But like when the cop just like casually takes the Mona Lisa down, I couldn't tell if they were being funny. And then when they're in the elevator and he's just holding the Mona Lisa, I feel like they're being funny there, right?
Yeah.
Like they understand this is not how the Mona Lisa would be handled. But how casual they are is also like another layer of it. It's hard to know when they're being self-aware or not, because this is also in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So like our standards were lower then for storytelling.
There's a couple of weird. There's a couple of dated jokes. Like he makes like an oblique prison rape joke.
Yeah. I mean, they'll make those now.
Yeah, that's true. But he's like, oh, the only girlfriend I'm going to get now is going to be 6'2" with a beard.
Right.
And the genie's like, that sounds great to me. Like it was weird for a couple of reasons, not the least of which is I believe Alan Cumming is gay. So it was just like it's dated.
It's a weird one. Yeah.
One of those dated grown-worthy jokes with like extra layers to it. It's like, wow, this is really uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah. By the way, the genie's a maniac.
He truly is.
When he first meets the genie, so he gets fired. His girlfriend's cheating on him. He goes home. He sees a man in his house, and it's the genie. Because the night before... Oh, yeah. I really like this detail, and I want this to be in every movie about genies. When he first rubs the lamp, it's an explosion that sends him to the hospital. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. I like that that's the... So he's coming home from the hospital.
Yeah, he rubs the lamp and it fucking blows his face off.
Yeah. Which is pretty great. And he comes up and the genie's there with a sword and he just immediately starts attacking him. Mm-hmm. And that's when he was like, I wish you could speak English. And he starts speaking English. And I was like, oh, watch out, man. That you used up one of your wishes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought. And then he wishes, like, I wish you'd stop fighting me, and he stops fighting him. And like, I that's when it became slowly clear. It's like, oh, there's no limit on wishes.
Yeah.
Fucking Fegan Floop can wish whatever he wants, and and this guy'll go with it. And then the genie, when he gets arrested, first of all, he's watching stand-up comedy in the apartment, wearing head-to-toe leather.
Yeah, his outfit is
tight
incredible.
Black leather. Yeah,
all of his outfits are incredible.
Yes. And he, like, this is how he relaxes. The cops come, one of them points a gun in his face, and he sucks on the gun.
Yeah, that was wild.
And then he's, like, just having a lot of fun with it. I guess if you're immortal, if you're a god, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, why would
He also drinks like 10 milkshakes at once. He has like a cartoonish appetite for some reason.
Right. We see him at the theater with like 2 buckets of popcorn. He orders like 48 ice cream cones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
He's so amped about every aspect of life in 1991.
Yeah. I get it. That's a great year, you know?
Yeah, it's a pretty strong one.
If you were a genie and you suddenly got 1991 rolled up.
Right. If I was trapped in a lamp for 2,000 years and my first day out of the lamp, I got to see Terminator 2 and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves back to back. I'd be like, this is the best year ever.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
I love the line after he drinks the milkshakes. He says, well, I've sucked on some pretty wonderful things, but that takes the biscuit.
Yeah.
There's so many lines like that where I'm like, fucking, beautiful line.
Yeah.
It's just like they sneak him in there.
Yeah, there's a, like he says towards the end of the film when he finally tells Alan Cumming that he wants to go back home, which apparently he could have just done at any time. He's like rattling off all the things he loves about life in the 90s, and one of the things he says is, I love giant Kevin Costner.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because he thinks they're giants.
Yeah.
I like that Mr. Bean calls his secretary He says, "You disastrously faded old crow." Like, it's so British.
Yeah, it's extremely British.
And it's so well. It's so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the writer of Love Actually, so
yeah, and
it's gonna have some hit lines.
And Blackadder, I think.
I think it's the director. I know the director
okay.
did Blackadder.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels like it's these people just starting up. The BBC is like, what is the BBC?
I don't know, man.
Like, what's their deal?
I don't know
are they, the
I don't know what their
government?
deal is.
Are they the fucking government? Is that how that works?
I guess. I don't know.
Do they just do they pick people up off the streets, like throw them into a van, and they're like, "You're making a Christmas special now. Your government demands it."
Yeah.
And then
the people need it.
Yeah, and they're like, "What do you got for us?" And they're like, "I don't know, a genie." And they're like, "Make it more Christmassy. We're the British government."
What
God
if he
damn
knew
it.
Jesus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, he knew Jesus. Do we have to do anything else? No. Nothing else. You can be as fucking wild and weird as you want.
Yeah.
We need a Ninja Turtle in there, and he needs to suck on a gun.
Yeah, he's got to suck on a gun
Yeah.
and eat shitloads of McDonald's. Put that in.
Yeah.
Put that in.
What are they trying to say with that? What is the whole point here?
I don't know. I think
Because
they just thought it was funny that he loves fast food. It's like, of course he does.
Yeah. Is this
Delicious.
Is this a Mac and Me situation? Did Pizza Hut get in on this? Or KFC? I forget. I think they eat McDonald's, KFC, and Pizza Hut.
They do. All of these things are correct.
It feels like I'm trying to now think of what is the meaning of this movie? Because ultimately
nothing.
The genie at the end, he wants Alan Cumming to put him back in time because he misses his wife and his kittens and his mom's rabbit dung cooking or stir fry or whatever.
Yeah, some kind of lunacy. Yeah.
And I get it. Is because if you were thrown 2,000 years into the future right now, or at least if I was, I would have an instinct where it'd be like, yeah, I need to go back. Like, this is cool. That's cool. I can control things with my thoughts now, and we're all just light. That's cool. I love it.
Yeah.
I want to go back because this is weird.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I want Pizza Hut and McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna steal some of your songs so I can get rich. He kind of reacts exactly how you would, because he grabs some properties on his way out.
Yeah,
where he's like, yeah, I'm gonna just quickly change history, and if I was Alan Cumming, I'd be like, no, you're not gonna biff us.
Yeah.
But I think he runs with it, and then at the end, he's selling the guy. He goes back to the moment of his
imprisonment.
And now has a suitcase full of stuff that he tries to sell to the guy. And he's like, can I offer you a toaster instead? And then the guy's like, ooh, toaster. But he doesn't know what a toaster is. Also, where are you going to plug that thing in?
Yeah, it's useless.
It's a piece of, it's complete. You would dismantle it and use the parts to make sharp, weapons.
Yeah.
It's very unrealistic, is my point.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about a universe in which Barry White songs are centuries old.
Biblical
tunes, yeah.
Where we'd be like, yeah, everything back then was pretty much what you expect, except for this one guy. I don't know what this guy is doing, but this guy's out of his fucking mind.
You would read about that guy and be like, oh, he's a time traveler.
Yeah, that's a time traveler right there.
Yeah, this guy came from the future.
Although, do you think if, okay, is this a Back to the Future situation? Do you think that if he tried to get Barry White songs popular back then, people would actually understand?
I don't know.
I think it might be a Johnny B. Good situation where he's like, I guess you're not ready for that yet, but your kids 2,000 years from now are going to love it. And they're like, burn him! And then they burn him.
And then they kill him.
At the stake.
He tries to sell somebody a toaster and they immediately chop his head off.
Yeah.
Because he's clearly a demon.
Yeah, because that is like, it's actually not a good idea, right? To bring back toasters or anything electronic, because all it does is put suspicion on you, and then you can't help anybody, because when you say like, no, check it out, it's good, they can't test that because they can't use it. Tom, if you could bring something back in time, a piece of technology, what would it be? And why? Explain your work.
It would either be like a bitchin' motorcycle.
Okay.
Or I think I'd probably, I don't know, like a transformer. I'd bring back like a transformer.
Like from a telephone pole?
No, like a toy, like an Autobot.
Okay. Man, I'm going gun all the way, Tom.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, I was trying to think outside the box, but yeah, obviously I'd bring a machine gun.
Yeah, just a pistol will do it, depending on how far back you go.
Yeah.
Then you're a god.
I was about to say, you take over the entire planet.
Yeah. For all we know, Jesus was a time traveler with a gun. I don't know how that works in the Bible, but I mean, it just feels...
I mean, he's Neo.
He's Neo, yeah. Yeah, you just bring a gun back, and then they're like, kill the witch, and you're like, bam, bam, bam. You just have to make sure to bring a lot of bullets.
Yeah.
At least enough, because there's going to be a point where you're like, you're king of the world with your magic blast hand, and you've been going years without bullets, and no one realizes it, you know? Because eventually you'll be like, don't make me blast you with my fingers.
Yep.
Finger blast you. But you can't. But they don't know.
Yeah, right. They don't know. They don't want to test you.
Yeah. You would have to be very protective of your gun, though. You'd have to duct tape it to your hand or something so that people can't steal it while you're sleeping. It would be a lot of stress.
It would be. Yeah, you'd have to put like a trigger lock on it and.
Yeah, this is the problem.
Keep it in a safe.
I wouldn't want to rule the world, especially back in time world.
Right.
So, like...
It's like the most you can look forward to is, like, getting gout.
Yeah, and a lot of conflict over your gun.
People really, really want my gun.
Right, and then there's a certain... Here's the other problem. Is, like, yeah, going back that far sucks. Because if you went back in time to, like, the 70s, it wouldn't be about bringing technology. It would just be about inventing technology that you know is going to be invented. Or putting stock. Like, there's a certain point where it's like, I wouldn't bring anything. I would just put stock in things. I would just buy stock.
You'd be Van Damme's old partner in Time Cop.
Yeah, you time cop it. Van Damme walks in, dressed like a fucking maniac from the future.
Dressed like a time cop.
Just in the 1950s, dressed like a fucking time cop.
No, it's in the 20s, man.
Jesus.
When he does that shit.
Yeah. Throws the puts a time vortex in the outside a building. Like, you can't change things back. It's against the law. And it's like, you're dressed like a fucking alien. What are you doing?
And you say you rocketed to the future in front of hundreds of people in New York City.
You threw a man out a window.
Well, he jumps out the window, to be fair, but...
Oh, okay. Well, whatever it is, that's still affecting time.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Like, where he lands is going to affect time. It's a mess. Why'd they even... it doesn't matter. This isn't Time Cop Cast. I mean, it could be.
It could be. We have that. That's within our power.
I don't feel bad straying a bit. Because, one, this is only an hour. Andrew Maguire himself, like, when he sent us this, he was like, I don't know how you're going to get 40 minutes out of this. And the answer is by talking about Time Cop.
By rambling.
Yeah. That's a great movie.
We got to bring Time Cop into this.
Yeah. If you could bring any technology from today into the movie Time Cop, what would it be? Because Time Cop's the past, right? Even when it's the future, it's still the past.
Right. It takes place in 2004.
Yeah. Yeah, all of Time Cop takes place in the past.
Yes.
That'll blow your mind.
Yep. I don't know, man. I think I would probably introduce the concept of GIFs.
Oh, yeah.
So that Van Damme can see the one of him punching the snake over and over again.
Yeah, that's fair.
And be like, that's pretty cool.
Or the Wilford Brimley riding on a horse.
Just triumphantly galloping away from an explosion.
Right. I just bring a gun again. I don't care.
Yeah. Bring a gun
I know they have guns there,
to the
but
past where they have guns.
where they have guns. Just another gun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
I'd bring two guns. I'd bring two guns taped together.
Yeah.
Blow everybody's mind.
No, I would bring a gun, find that gun in the past and touch guns so that they turn into goop, like what happened to Ron Silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Time Cop.
Yeah.
What a great film. Where were we in this film?
He went back in
time.
He went back in time.
Genie.
He went back in time with a toaster.
Sorry.
And
I
a
had
suitcase.
something. I had something a while ago. So what is this? What do you suppose this movie is saying about commercialism? And because ultimately the genie he's won over by the commercialism of today.
Right. He loves movies and fast food.
Yeah. He tastes fast food and he's changed. And then he at the end kind of, his arc is in the end, I just want to go home. And it doesn't matter. None of this matters. And I guess our hero, Alan Cumming, he learns to find happiness with a date.
I
with
guess.
a Santa's elf lady.
It's like a little unclear, but...
Yeah, because again, he doesn't say, I wish... I'll take back the weird revenge I got I bankrupted my boss.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was a bastard, so that's fine.
Yeah. But still, like, it's just more revenge. You know, the teachings of Jesus.
Yeah, the teachings of Big J.
Yeah, is to get horrible revenge on your enemies for doing anything on the spectrum of wrongdoing.
Absolutely destroy their lives. That was the Sermon on the Mount.
Yeah, it was the scorched earth sermon, where Jesus literally lit the ground on fire and then pissed on it to demonstrate.
Looked everybody in the eye and said, "Don't fuck with me ever."
Yeah, yep. And then he
that's one of my favorite Bible verses.
Yep. And then and then like everything just exploded in wine and fish, but not in a fun way. Like the fish was still alive.
In a really violent way. It's a very threatening way. Then he does like a roadhouse helicopter kick down the mount.
Yep. Yeah, like he's propelling himself with the kick.
Just wheel kicking through fish and wine.
Well, everybody just runs for cover and they're like, "Oh, this Jesus. Somebody help us." And Judas was watching and he's like, "I'll help you.
I know now what I must do."
Yeah, exactly. And then history, we're talking about the story they never told you in history.
That's right, the untold story.
The untold story where Jesus was actually the villain.
Yeah, he was fucking beating people with chains.
Yeah.
It turns out
spread the word.
Jesus was a gangster, it turns out.
Yeah, before we're taken off the air of SoundCloud. For telling people the truth.
Yeah. Jesus was an evil rancher.
Yes.
Like pushing people off their land.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Roundhouse kicking. It was his go-to move. God damn it. That's why you had to put him on the cross, because he'd roundhouse kick any other way.
Yeah, that to tie his feet down.
Yep.
Watch out for those legs, man. He'll kick the shit out of you.
Yeah. He'll get you.
That's why he wore robes, like a cobra, man, so he's flexible.
Yep. Oh, 100%.
So we get maximum extension out of his high kick.
Yeah. But, okay, so my point with this movie is that, and then at the end, the genie brings the products back.
Uh-huh.
So it isn't throwing away commercialism. I feel like this is like 90s commercialism mixed in with they wanted to make a Christmas message, and somebody told them if you make a Christmas film, it has to have some sort of message.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, some sort of positive message. But then they're like, yeah, but we also need to sell Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
And they're like, sure, we can do both. And this is just an absolute flurry of just horse shit.
It is.
in terms of its message.
Yeah, it's bananas.
Yeah.
There's so many brands in this movie.
Yes.
And like fucking Bob Geldof and Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. This movie has the teachings of Jesus and Ninja Turtles in it. Mm-hmm. And a genie.
And a genie who sucks seductively on a gun.
Yeah. Seductively. What the fuck?
Fuck is this movie?
I don't know. Again, it's on YouTube, so if people want to watch it,
Yeah.
and learn about, the truth about Jesus, which isn't in this movie.
No,
This
absolutely
movie does not. Yeah. God, we need to make another podcast.
Oh yeah.
Let's call InfoWars. InfoWars. Let's call them. Mm-hmm. Let's get
this conspiracy wide open.
We could probably get on InfoWars if we wanted to.
Yeah,
I'm not saying we want to, but I'm realizing now it's probably pretty easy to get
It seems incredibly easy.
Like, I bet we could do a PragerU video too if you want to. About
I'm sure
this.
we could. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a PragerU. I want to get in the room of a PragerU shoot and start making a newsie for them, and then get abruptly kicked out when they realize I'm talking about Jesus doing helicopter kicks. That's my dream.
Just go wildly off script.
Yeah, and then you come in too with the gun we brought back in time.
Yeah, with the two guns taped together.
Yeah.
Just be like, this is what all guns are like in the future.
Yeah. The future of 1 year from now.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a plan.
The distant future of 2021.
Yep.
Every gun is two guns.
Taped together. And everybody knows the truth about Jesus Christ.
Yep. And Jesus Christ was a mercenary bouncer.
Mm-hmm. See, if we had a time machine, we could make this all true. We could make it all true.
We could, yeah.
Yeah, we could go back in time and write this movie.
I've
bucks.
decided it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, no one can say otherwise.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't tell me how to worship.
No. Yeah, because you can still worship Jesus and believe he's a villain who, karate kicked people and exploded their blood with wine and fish coming out of him like a fucking Cronenberg, like the ending of Wishmaster.
Yeah.
Just like fish squirming out of people while Jesus rose above them, all floating, like he's fucking like he's Magneto.
Yeah.
Magneto Jesus with the power to control fish.
Just whipping fish through the air like projectiles.
Just flying through the air.
And the fish are all confused and terrified.
Yeah.
Don't understand what's happening to them.
It's like the scenes from Brightburn, but fish. Where it's like a horror movie and they're hiding, and then a fish just smashes into them, just kills them. And of course, sharks too. Sharks can get involved, right? He can whip a shark at somebody.
Absolutely. That's the best kind of torpedo, is one that has a mouth.
Yeah. Just fucking Jesus controlling a
sharp
Sharknado.
Face.
Yeah. But I like that his style of choice is just fish. Mm-hmm. They're like bullets. They're like meaty bullets.
Yeah, they're the best.
Like sharks are that's too obvious. A fish you never see coming until it's lodged into your skull.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, until it's passed through you like a fucking arrow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just disintegrating dudes with fish.
We've gone pretty far afield.
I mean, yes. Well, I mean, do you mean by Jesus floating over battlefields like Dr. Manhattan fucking blowing people up with fish?
A little, yeah.
Okay.
A little. Not entirely.
That's fair.
Not entirely.
Okay.
But a little. I don't have anything else to say about this movie.
I guess we're done. I guess we.
Yeah.
What
I'm getting at is I think we're done.
Yeah, I think we can rest now. Yeah. We can finally rest.
Yeah, I can finally hang up my gun that is two guns.
Yes. Andrew Maguire, thank you.
Yes.
For showing us this movie existed.
Mm-hmm. And now I know that.
Yeah, exists, I guess, technically. For the time being, you can get it on Amazon on VHS for I think $40, maybe $50.
Oh, dope. Yeah, no, I'm going to get that right away.
Yeah. Or you can watch it for free on YouTube. So everybody, I guess, do that. Wait for Christmas. Show your family.
Yeah, of course.
If you're curious, we have a Patreon. That's how Andrew Maguire did this. It's patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We also have exclusive podcasts on there, like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman and Fox Mulder is a Maniac. Tom, I was finishing up the Joker episode.
Oh, excellent.
It's so good. It's a lot of fun. People should check it out. It's easy, guys. It's easy. You just sign up. You select the tier, and then you get your podcast just like that. Mm-hmm. You know,
they just become yours.
They just become yours. They fly into your life.
Mm-hmm. They explode through your house like a fish missile.
Yeah.
We also have a store, tpublic.com/stores/gamefullyunemployed, where you can get t-shirts, mugs, stickers, masks, posters, whatever you want. And then those things will become yours.
Yeah. Actually yours. Mm-hmm. Not like a lie that we told about the podcast.
Mm-mm.
No. These you will actually own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They will physically be in your possession.
Uh-huh. By the way, it's Jean-Claude Van Damme as Jesus, right?
Well, yeah.
In the movie we're making now?
He's dressed exactly like he's dressed in Time Cop.
Yeah. Oh, my God. What if that's who Jesus was?
He's the Time Cop.
He's the character from Time Cop. Mm-hmm. He had an accident. He went back in time. He became Jesus. Mm-hmm. And that's. I mean, it's like a loop.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. It's like the film Looper, only Jean-Claude Van Damme is Jesus Christ.
Right.
And he's also Time Cop. And
he also kills Jesus?
I don't know. I think he is, right? He just is. It's just always been him.
It's everybody's Jean-Claude.
Because he has a time machine, that's why everybody thought he was the Son of God.
Right. Yeah. Perfect. Mm-hmm. All right, let's make it happen.
And his fancy kicks. So like, well, no human can do that.
No.
This man is divine.
Those are God splits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is what those are.
Yep. Those are godly ass cheeks.